Imagine when you were younger, if you were swimming in the swimming pool with your brother or sister and they pushed your head under the water and kept you there and you couldn't catch a breath. Remember that panic that set into you? Well, that's the panic that people with lung disease live with every single day. When you think about disease, most people, if you ask them what are the big killers in the world, would talk about cancer and they would talk about heart disease. What they don't really realize is that the number one killer in the world is actually respiratory disease. My laboratory has been basically focused on understanding how the lung gets injured and understanding how it repairs itself, and then figuring out in asthma, pulmonary fibrosis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and most recently lung cancer, how we can intervene in those processes to control them and to change the natural history of the disease. One of the things that we're studying right now are a series of molecules called the 18-glycosyl hydrolases, in particular a molecule called chitinase 3-like 1, which turns out to be a tremendously important molecule in asthma, but it's also a tremendously important molecule in lung cancer. And this molecule regulates the immune responses in the lung, and it regulates the ability of cancer cells to shut off the anti-cancer immune response. We made an antibody against this molecule, and when we use this antibody in a therapeutic way, not only can we control the asthma-like response, but we can prevent the mice from getting primary cancer, and we can prevent the mice from getting metastatic cancer. One of the beauties of being at Brown is that we have this tremendously powerful focus on basic science. We have the infrastructure for new therapies for cancer, potentially for obesity, and potentially for pulmonary fibrosis. One of the charges for people like myself is not just generating new knowledge now, but setting the table for the new knowledge that will come later. Every year I challenge the Brown medical students to go out and make a difference in one disease. If you can imagine every graduate from Brown University going out every year and changing one disease, imagine how much better off we'd be. The bottom line is we have to develop therapies to relieve pain, prevent suffering, and allow people to live longer, happier, healthy lives.